Hello out there, music community. I'm back with a video, and really the couple of things of this video is why I'm making it is because I wanted to try out my new laptop that I got that I mainly use for school. I'm still new at it, so I may look like, I don't know, kind of fuzzy. I don't know what to think of it. Grainy. Kind of look, excuse me, and to show some records that I listened to over the weekend. So happy Monday, folks. Here are some records that I listened to over the weekend that I really enjoyed listening to. So this shouldn't be a very long video, but here we go. Sun Ra, Ra to the rescue. I know I've shown this in one of my what do you call it, vinyl finds, but this record is really good. It's might not be the kind of jazz that everybody likes. Some folks don't like avant-garde jazz, spiritual jazz, or mathematical jazz, but I do enjoy the music of Sun Ra. At times he starts off from, it just comes out of nowhere, or in the middle of something it comes out of nowhere, and at the end it comes out of somewhere and goes somewhere. But at times during his music there's this real nice melody that comes in. It just sounds like standard jazz, or what is it called, hard bop jazz, but it just makes a lot of the pieces of music on this record beautiful. And like I said, this is not for everyone. This is not the kind of jazz. I'm not saying that you need to start here with Sun Ra, because his catalog is vast, very big. He's made a lot of records. I'm not sure, if this is a Kevin Gray. I haven't looked it up or anything like that. That's not important though. It's the music, and the music, it helps me to just leave for a little bit, if you know what I mean, and just kick back and listen to these beautiful, interesting things going on in music or on this record. And one thing that I found that was very interesting is that this is a rare record. I don't know if it means like it's the first time it's ever been put out on vinyl, but I did read some things on the back of the liner notes, like Sun Ra plays piano on it. And of course you have the fantastic John Gilmore, saxophone player and percussionist. Very underrated musician, I'll put it that way. There's not enough said that of how much he adds to Sun Ra's music. He just plays beautifully. He just has great timing, and it's very uplifting when he starts to come into the music. Next is another jazz record. I don't know how to say this gentleman's name, but it's spelled Ryofukui. Fukui. But this is his album called Scenery. Another beautiful record. Sorry that you can't really see that little part there. Like I said, this video is not going to look all that great, but I don't care. I'm just going with it. But Scenery is an album that has vibes of Thelonious Monk and Miles, but the musician here, back with these other three guys on this record, is a killer record. Beautiful piano playing. It just, you can't get enough of it. It's a reissue. And it says it's sourced from original reels and mastered at half speed. So it has a digital touch, I'm sure. Ain't no big deal to me. But one of the couple of tunes on here that just are very just great pieces of music is the classic Willow Weep for Me. Now I know Wes Montgomery does a great version of that song, Autumn Leaves, and his own composition, Scenery. Like I said, folks, if you see this, want to listen to this out on YouTube or Spotify, please do so. Plus, I got a quick question. Or anyone, do anybody out there, let me know in the comments, do you still buy music from iTunes? And lately, have you noticed that when you try to buy an album or a tune, it's not responding like it used to. It's not even sending a download, but it's not even charging my card. So I don't know what's going on. I've got to figure that out. But because from time to time I do buy MP3s or one tune or two tunes. Next is a band that came. This album came out towards the end of the '80s, like '88. Yeah, Palace. Can you feel it? It's a very '80s sounding album. James, hope I'm saying this name right. Palace plays acoustic guitar, keyboards, and background vocals. There is a lot of good songs. And I was very surprised by this record because I'll tell you why. I was surprised. I was expecting a lot of synthesizer or synth pop. No. There's some really heavy duty, great guitar playing on these songs too. Make these tracks real tight, real catchy. There's a lot of good songs on here. My favorite of all on this whole album is the real guitar-driven song called "Control" that ends the album, which I think is a very good closer to the record. "Can You Feel It?" apparently was a hit. I don't remember it. The album's called "Brave New World." It was a blind buy for $1. I gave it a shot, and I really enjoyed it. I played it quite a few times. It's on Atlantic Records. Next is from the Beyond the... When I hear this music, I just think of this forest, like a whisper forest, some way out of nowhere that is peaceful, that is a utopia society where everyone is happy, everyone is glad to be alive, and music is in the air. I'm trying to paint a picture of how great this record is. I can't ever say the person's name, but it's Shakti, SHKTI, with John McLaughlin. And this is what it is. Natural Elements. It's a very beautiful album. And I say that the album cover describes the music. It really does. I mean, it's just a world of peace. Well, heck, why not cannot fish swim in the sky? Maybe a long time ago they did. I don't know. But the music on here is world music. It's happiness. And it's lots of nice guitar playing by McLaughlin. Just really great composition. There are vocals. There is violin. And I guess you would say chanting, but it makes everything flow together to make these great compositions. Sometimes the voice is an instrument itself. Natural Elements. John McLaughlin. The last one was a rocker, folks. I was digging this record, and I'm glad I picked it up at the record show. It was only $1 in a dollar bin. The album just rocks for me. This is Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush Live. I loved it from beginning to end. I was just going to say that I like that they do the song Dragonfly on here, but one of my favorites is the Johnny B. Good, the Chuck Berry tune, guitar-driven, very, very smoking hot version of that song. Goes into Purple Haze that ends the album later on. It's almost like you don't even hear. It's like really one big track. Johnny B. Good down to Purple Haze. And he does a very, very rocking version of that song, Purple Haze, and Johnny B. Good. It was recorded live in the southern United States in late 1977. I never got to see Mahogany Rush. I used to think when I was younger there was some connection with them and Rush, but it's not true. It's not true at all. And so I would always ask my friends when we were going to listen to some Rush, I had to ask them, hey, were we listening to Rush or are we listening to Mahogany Rush? Because there's some other Mahogany Rush albums that I like as well, and I one that I'd like to get back in my collection again. But for right now, hey, sometimes you start off with a live album, you know, because live albums a lot of times are just greatest hits, and you jump off of that and discover, hey, there's some other good albums by Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. Nothing spectacular to the back, just that liner notes. Who doesn't like a very neat black album cover with some nice color in the center of it? I did. I mean, I think it's pretty electric the way it looks in the middle here. Kind of fiery, kind of, you know, like this. It looks like a phoenix rising. So this music does rise off the turntable and through the speakers, and away I went. I was digging that record. But folks, that's it for this video. I appreciate you all. Thanks for stopping by. And leave me a comment. I appreciate comments. Take care, everybody, and I will see you soon.